I'm just going to do a quick demo on this adjustable tablet stand that you can use on a multitude of different consoles. Uh, when you get the kit, it comes with this, what I call a back plate for the phone. It comes with these U brackets. This is a adjustable piece here. This is a set screw, and this is a pivot piece that basically contours to the console. So the long and short of it is, you always have to start. There's an R here. This goes on the right side. This basically this set screw here needs to be on the outside, and you could put it in any one of these spots, and what that does is it raises and lowers the back plate. So for this example, I'm just going to put it in the middle one, and then I'm going to take the one for the left, do that. So this basically is what it looks like. You want to put all this together before you attach it to the console. And then if you are transporting this between your gym and home, you basically can easily pop these off, so it's easier to transport. That's part one. Okay, so part two is, once you have this all together as one piece, is imagine this 2x6 is your console. It could be a 2x4, whatever. Could be 3 inches, 4 inches thick. This has got some good range to it. But basically all you're going to do is you're going to take the whole unit here, just going to put it over the top of the console, and then you just set these set screws, tighten it up. So now it's nice and firmly attached to that 2x4 or 2x6, whatever it is here. And then you would put your phone on here, watch it. Now, if you decide that you want to change the angle of this because it may be not angled enough, you just loosen these a little bit, tighten it back up, and now you have a better angle if you're tall and the console's low. And you could also do that the opposite way. You could actually make it straight, or you just have a little bit of a curve on it, a little pitch. Put your phone on there, and then that way you could see it better. So then next, if you want, you could adjust the height of all of this. So if you have a console that's a bit on the low side, you like the angle, I just basically took it off the console, put it on these bottom holes, retightened it. Now the phone is higher, and you could do the opposite. It can go up and down, lower, as you like. And like I said before in the last segment, is you could adjust the angle of this as much as you want. There's some treadmills that are like this, and you actually want to, like this, you want to adjust that all the way like to that, so that way the phone is straight on from a viewing standpoint. That's what makes this a really unique stand, is there's so much adjustability about it. I'm just going to put it back to where it was. Now if you do run into a situation where, pop those off like that, put that aside. If you run into a situation where the console is kind of curved at the top, and basically you want to take advantage of these other holes that are located here, all you do, I'm going to get close in on here, is this pivot piece here. If you just see it like that, it just pops off just like that, and then basically you unscrew this all the way. I won't show that right here. Okay, so I got the set screw out, and I'm going to put it down here on the lower part, which just works really well for a lot of different kinds of treadmills. And once you get it threaded in there enough, basically all you're going to do is just pop that back on just like that. Alright, so I found something that was curved, because this could represent potentially a console that's got curvature to it. And again, that's what makes this unique. I've already moved the set screws to this last hole, right? Okay. And then I'm going to just put this on first. The back plate always goes on first. And back together here. And then I'm going to place this over the top of this curved. Oops, sorry. You can see that there, okay. And then I'm going to tighten these screws. And what's unique about this is these are set screws that pivot. So what you're going to want to do here is when you get down toward the end is you can tighten these up. Whoops. And they actually contort right to the back of the console like that. So these are pretty tight on there. It's curved. Now basically you put your phone on there. Show you what that looks like. And you could do the same thing. You could angle this whatever way you want. And then when you're done at the gym, basically, you know, you just back these off a bit. And then basically pop this right off. Okay, now you're going to go to your gym bag. You're going to take this apart, take that apart. It goes in your gym bag really nice and neat. And again, the other thing just to remind you of, I mean, these are really a lot of times best for a piece of equipment that you have at your home. It's permanently attached. You're not always taking it on and off, but it is designed to be able to go on treadmills at gyms, you know, because of this pivoting thing and such, and it does come apart for a reason. So you put it back together like that. And that's pretty much the gist of how it works. Just some forewarnings. When you do take these little pivot pieces off, say you're going to move this up to one of these other holes, you can see there's like an indent in there. You always want to take it off that way. And then they just pop back on. They're really easy to pop back on. And sometimes the biggest thing is just kind of setting these screws ahead of time to whatever piece of gym. I think it's a Precore that you're looking at putting this on, and get it as tight as you can without actually tightening. When you get to the gym, you put it over and you tighten this up. Throw your phone. It will hold a tablet. It will hold a Kindle. It will hold a whole bunch of different devices. And if the front's too curved like this, you could obviously change the angle, raise and lower it. That's what makes this a very, very unique stand, because a lot of people requested a stand that they can clamp on, so it's really tight, but they didn't like the angle of it, so like I'd have to make a new one with a different angle. And then sometimes they said, well, it's got to be higher or lower. And so this one here is kind of like the master of all. You could do pretty much all the different heights. You could adjust it to all the different angles, so on and so forth. And these do clamp on really well. These U brackets are printed using almost a solid infill, so they'll take a pretty good beating. You know, the biggest thing is when you do take this on and off a lot, you want to make sure it's on all the way when you're at the gym, you know, so that just like that, and it'll be safe. You take that off like that, take that off like that. I think that should wrap up the video. I hope that I was able to answer it. I showed it on a basic, kind of nice and squared off piece of wood, but then showed kind of what it would look like on a curved piece of equipment. And so that's about it. If you have any questions, certainly reach out. But I think that's a solid demo on the adjustable tablet stand. Thank you.